Yo, 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 welcome everyone. Week 3 is here tomorrow. Dolphins-Bills already happened on Thursday, but the rest of the slate needs some research. So let's do it. Let's go over some touchdowns. Let's go over some plays. Let's just have some fun. Make sure if you're first time here, join our Discord, follow us on Twitter. All of that is completely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the site, which if you use code PF30, you get 30% off either monthly or yearly purchase. So, yeah, give it a try. I'm going to let some people flood in here, and we will get started very, very shortly. Let's see here. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Rye? Peter? AJ? What's up, boys? It's been good, Marvel. It's been good. Been chill. I'm a business major, so you know it's not nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. What it do? What it do? What's up, Charlie? Let me post on Discord as well. What's up, Game Freak? What's up, PETA? I don't know if you guys have Underdog, but there is a Russell Wilson free pick $50 max. So definitely going to take advantage of that. We have plenty of time to go over picks today. I'm going to make a poll in the chat. What should I make the poll? Like, who's going to win the Super Bowl or something? My pick is the Ravens. My pick right now as it stands. Okay, I'm a Bears fan, right? But I could see the Packers winning it. I really can. I hate to say it, but I really could see the Packers winning it. Who's favorites? Like Ravens, Bills, Packers, and then just like other. I can only add 4 options. Let's see. There we go. I know Eagles are another good pick. They haven't looked very good in their first 2 games. I know they beat the Chiefs, but Chiefs have a lot of injury struggles, and they only beat them by, what was it? 3? It's like 2017 or something. Ravens, Packers, or Eagles. Yeah, that's where I'm at, FamJ. Caleb 4 tutties, let him cook. Whew. I would love nothing more. We'd probably still lose, but as long as Caleb's improving, I like it. All right, let's run it. Game 1, Colts, Titans. Titans have been as bad as everyone's figured they would be. And the Colts have been better than everyone figured they would be. So let's dive into the research here. Jonathan Taylor has 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing, averaging 65.5 yards a game. 1 red zone target. Obviously, that was, or probably, his touchdown. Or no, I'm completely stupid. This is what the Colts have allowed. So, allowed 2 touchdowns. Titans have allowed 2 touchdowns to the wide receiver 1, which is the most interesting. Until there's like a month, we're a month in. Probably first, second week of October. I'm still going to use the 2024 stats and then switch over to the 25 stats. It's just there's not too much to go off of here. Like, look at the red zone targets. The most red zone targets the Colts have given up is 4 to the wide receiver 2. Titans giving up 5 to the wide receiver 2, right? So it's just not much to go off of. So I'm still, for that reason, just going off of last year. But since we got a live demo, so I'm swinging this live demo of me doing a play action. I don't have room in my I don't have room. 180! It's out. Play action. Oh, I went off camera. Play action. Actually, I have a football. Hold on. It is flat. Completely flat. But it is a real football. It's a Bears football. Deflategate. No, I literally don't have room. I have like 3 steps I can take before I'm just hitting my bed. I got you, Kaka, bro. Oops. Alright. Well, anyway. There it is. Josh Jacobs, Bijan, Lamb, Hurts, Bucky, Tutties. Spelled Hurts wrong, bro. Come on now. Holy cell. Pollard, Mike Evans, AJ, all due for a score and in good spots. Man, AJ looked rough that first game. Alright. Let's go over it. So, last year... Again, I like looking for correlation, right? So, last year and this year, the Colts are giving up a lot to the wide receiver, too, in terms of yards, as well as in terms of targets. So, red zone targets. Wide receiver 2 for the Titans is Io Manor. He is the first read 26% of the time. Tied with Calvin Ridley. That was this season. Last season, obviously, we don't have anything because he's a rookie. So we don't have anything last year to go off of. But, you know, not much of the Titans last year is going to be the same. Catering or recruiting dinner in the DK Stadium. Ooh. Yo, what's up, Fast Money Prop? Appreciate the sub, TJ. Or TG, sorry. Alec Pierce, Michael Pitt, Tony Pollard. It's a lot. It's a lot of tutties. I don't know. The Titans are just bad, man. Titans are just bad. Route run. This is an important stat. So every time a quarterback drops back, this number shows how often they run a route. So, like, how often they have a potential to catch a pass, right? So, A.O. Manor, 64%. Calvin Ridley, 84%. Very, very high there. I believe Drake London had an insanely high... my God. Drake London... was it last year? Maybe not. 89%. That's still pretty high. 9 out of 10 times he's running a route. Pretty insane. So, really good stats to go off of there. I do like that they give up a lot of red zone targets to the wide receiver 2 last year and this year, as well as yards. Yeah, it's something good to look at there for sure. If you click Io Manor, you could scroll down and see the recent history. So, Io Manor against the Rams and the Broncos, very hard defenses to go up against. Still got 13 targets, only 2 catches against the Broncos, 4 against the Rams, a little better there. Also got a red zone target, which is good. Always like to see that. He actually got a touchdown too, so. Let's see, longest reception, 23 yards. So they're letting him, giving it to him downfield, which is good. What's up, Will? Welcome in, bro. Glad to see you, bro. Man, J.C. Latham's still out. Rough. Hip injury. Jarius Sneed questionable, too. The defense is falling apart for the Titans. Yikes. Okay, yeah, if I were to take anything here, I'd probably take the wide receiver 2. Tony Pollard, I mean, he has 38 carries through 2 games, so he's also probably another good pick. 3 red zone carries. Julius Chestnut has 2 carries and 2 red zone carries, so plus 850 doesn't sound like a terrible bet, honestly. What happened to their other running back? Did they have another running back? Or am I tripping? Julius Chestnut. Oh, Ty J. Spears is their 4th? Really? Is he a catching back? So you just catch a lot of passes. Yeah, I'll post Duval. I just do the streams to show you guys how I research. But I post everything in the Discord. That's all free, so join there. I assume you're already there if you're asking, but if you're not, join there. It's all free. Yeah, I mean, 15 red zone targets is insane. Colts also gave up 43 red zone carries last season. Titans gave up the same amount. Colts just give up a lot to running backs in general. I also kind of like untoggling the view advanced just to see what position, if any, really pop off. As you can see, the Titans defense is actually pretty good, or was pretty good last year at least. They're giving up a little more right now, but still a good percentage. Colts defense too this season has been pretty good. Oh yeah, this is touchdowns, but we could research anything. Spears is hurt. Good to know. Do you know how long he's out, Gary? This is the touchdown sheet, Eric, but you can research anything. I'm just showing you guys how I use this sheet. So. Okay, so first read, again, we just went over this. Calvin Ridley and Io Manor tied with that percent there. 11 and 11. One red zone target each, so not a lot. Probably don't really honestly want to bet on the Titans just because, one, Colts are on a heater. Two, the Titans are just bad. They got to find their groove with Cam Ward. If I were to bet anyone, I probably would go Io Manor, but, just a shot in the dark, really. Just based on the Colts defense, that's kind of what they give up. Titans, on the other hand, 15 rushing touchdowns to running back, so almost won a game. Wow, a lot of red zone targets to tight ends. Tyler Warren is... I don't know if he's out officially yet, or if he's questionable. Dang, 4 weeks. Gotcha. I didn't even hear about him getting injured. Gives a lot of upside to Pollard for fantasy. He'll be getting a lot of carries. I mean, as you can see, 38 through 2 games is absurd. So, running back, obviously 72 carries, 72 red zone carries. Pretty decent stats there. Titans defense looks pretty good all across the board, all red last year. This year, wow, negative 0.5, that's crazy. Negative 0.5 receiving yards per game. Yikes. Warren off injury report, good. Cool, maybe he'd be a good pick then. They've only given up a 1 red zone target this year, but last year, I mean, they gave up 16 and 15 to the 2 and 1, or to the 2 and then the tight end 1. Still give up a lot of red zone carries. But yeah, I mean, Indiana Jones has been nasty recently, so something to keep in mind. Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren's running 77% of routes. Alec Pierce could be another good pick. Something I've noticed is that, I think I said this last stream, but I guess not in this case. Yeah, but even here, like, the wide receiver 2 typically gets more targets, more red zone targets, and more receiving yards per game. I don't know if it's because, like, the discrepancy between the corners is less than between the receivers, so they just get more chances. But, like, even the Colts defense, hold on, receiving yards. See, like, even, the wide receiver 2s last year averaged, like, 20 more yards per game, and 4 more targets than any other position. Just interesting. That Ollie Gordon tutty, bro. Not great, because I had Achane in fantasy, and Achane, just in general. I was surprised Palmer didn't do, like, anything, but he got 1 catch in, like, the 4th quarter. I'm Jake Duvall in the Discord. Yeah, I think the most important stats here to look at are obviously the defensive stats here, the yards and the red zone targets, and then you want to look at the routes run. So, I mean, Alec Pierce is running more routes than Michael Pittman even. I mean, not by a lot, but we could actually look last year. Michael Pittman did run more routes, okay. Interesting. I still think Tyler Warren's a good pick. I don't know. I know he's not on the injury report, but he might still be, a little banged up. Tyler Warren does have the most targets on the team. 16 targets, 11 receptions. That's pretty good. 80 receiving yards per game, 3 red zone targets. No touchdowns yet. He's also the first read more often than not. Good stats, just all around. I do worry about Jonathan Taylor, him getting in and stealing the opportunity. But I think from this game, I'd pick Io Manor and Tyler Warren. I think those are the best picks. Make sure you're looking at the over-unders to see if it's supposed to be high-scoring. Obviously, if it's supposed to be high-scoring, books are usually right on that. So just kind of follow that. Also, Daniel Jones, why is he scoring 3 touchdowns? This guy scored 2 touchdowns and then another one in the next game. That was crazy. Jonathan Taylor's 147 yak. 11 red zone carries. Daniel Jones has almost as many red zone carries as freaking Jonathan Taylor. Like, what? Why? Like, what? Why are they letting him run so much, man? Okay. Again, this game, I guess I could favorite him, so you guys know. So we can go over him at the end. Io Manor, Tyler Warren, bang. Next. Okay. Steelers, Patriots. Probably going to be a good game. Patriots are at home. I'd probably take the Patriots if I were to bet on a money line. Wide receiver. See, again, wide receiver 2s just get more red zone targets. I don't know why that is. Okay, not in this case. So in this case, wide receiver 1s get way more targets. Just something interesting. You have to look at this for every team. Easily the most important stats. Not even really close. Like, against the Steelers defense, they only gave up 2 touchdowns last year to the 1. So they've given up 2 touchdowns to tight ends. I wonder if that streak will continue. They've also given up 2 touchdowns to running backs. So something to note there for sure as well. So again, wide receiver 2s for this game. So who's the 2 here? Boutte. Keyshawn Boutte. First read. See, I don't love this first read percent, though. He is running the most routes, which is good. 9 targets, 7 receptions, 59 yards per game. So he is averaging the most yards per game. See, even though the wide receiver 1 doesn't get very many red zone targets, he's still getting the most receiving yards per game against the Steelers defense last year. Something to note as well. So Boutte is averaging the most on the team. Wow, closely in front of Ramondre Stevenson, then Diggs, Hunter Henry. Yeah, Keyshawn Boutte not running enough routes for me to love that. Patriots defense, 51 receiving yards, 18 targets. Wow, averaging 103 receiving yards per game against the wide receiver 1. I wonder if Gonzalez is still out. That would be huge. He's questionable. Limited in practice. Limited in practice sounds like he's probably not going to go, I would assume, which is rough for them. That's a big hit to them. Christian Gonzalez is top corner in the league, so losing him is not ideal. Not ideal at all. It's probably why they're averaging so many yards. So I could see Metcalf. I mean, who runs the most routes? Metcalf, Calvin Austin, pretty much as you figure. A lot of red zone targets just all across the board. Jalen Warren, Pat Freiermuth, Johnny Smith, Calvin Austin, DK. DK does have the most targets. Johnny Smith has 9 receptions on 10 targets. That's very good. What are they giving up to the tight end? Giving up 51.5 receiving yards per game to a tight end, so I would say, Jesse, I would say Metcalf looks the best. First read percent. Quarter of the time he's getting that first read. I mean, Calvin Austin, Johnny Smith closely behind. Can't really look at last year just because they were on different teams. And Calvin Austin didn't have that big of a role. This year he has to step up as that true two, since they don't have Pickens anymore. DK, more targets, more receiving yards per game, more first reads, more higher first read percent, obviously. Yeah, I think DK's a good pick here. Even just for his yards. Even with Gonzalez in last year, they gave up a decent amount. Look at the red zone targets they gave up to the one last year. 18? Holy. Patriots defense is looking rough. I like DK a lot tomorrow. 4.5 receptions. See, his line's inflated. Heavily inflated. I mean, he's only got 5 catches in, 3 games last season, so I do like his touchdown line, though. Even his yards, probably. Longest reception, 23.5. Here you could see, so you could look at, 2024 receiving stats to the wide receiver 1. So you could see, where is it? Receiving longest, 58. Receiving longest touchdown, 12. So didn't give up very many explosive plays, it seems. But you could also filter by coverage. Look at what percent they play man coverage, how that player plays against that certain coverage. All really good stats to look at. We'll do this later on, but I just want to go through one cheat sheet at a time. Yeah, I think DK pretty high probability to touch on tomorrow. And then maybe Butte. Don't love the routes run. Calvin Austin and DK Metcalf, easily the 1 and 2. 80 and 84%. Over here, you don't really know. There's 4 guys above 50%. Not something you want to see. I mean, these guys, okay, technically there's 4 above 50% here, but these guys are much closer in that 54 to 72 range. This is 50 to 84, right? So, something to consider. I think DK, yeah, I mean, stop saying it, but I think DK is the best bet on the Steelers. And we don't even only have this touchdown matchup cheat sheet, so if you want to look at team share percent, just click that. You can select any team you want. If you want to see the Steelers, for example, with DK, you could see his share percent. If you just want to see everyone, see who has the highest share percent, it's actually JSN, followed by Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson. Not very surprising. I mean, JSN's obviously going to be the one there. They have Cooper Kupp. He's just old, so. You can also filter by last season as well. So Malik Neighbors had the highest share, followed by Puka, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams. Obviously, Puka and Devontae aren't going to both have... actually, I mean, maybe they'll have 2 of the highest, but they're both on the same team this year, so got to spread some of that out. A lot of good stats here, though. Defensive matchups as well can be super helpful. This is what I was kind of looking at earlier. these coverage stats. So when you see something above like 60%, that's something you usually want to pounce on. Not very many teams run. See, like Raiders, 80% zone coverage is very, very high. So you can see exactly how the Commanders play against zone coverage. It'll show you those exact splits. So something to look at for sure. You could, if you want to filter by man, you just click up here, filter by man or zone, whatever you want to filter by. And then if you want players that are getting more than 25% usage, which typically you do, if you're getting less than 25% usage, you're usually just a rotation guy. So you could filter also by targets, receptions, yards, receiving yards, red zone targets, first read percent, first read. Most important thing here is going to be the yards or receptions or targets, just because on this sheet you're typically going to look for the passing yard prop or the receiving yard prop for a receiver. So yes, I mean 79% is ridiculous. I usually like comparing it to last year, making sure they're still on the same page. I don't know, like I'm not going to memorize every defensive coach or defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator in the league to memorize what schemes they play. I'm just going to look at the stats. So 58.4 still, you know, more than normal. 79% is pretty insane. But you could feel pretty confident that most of the time they will be playing a zone coverage. Sometimes you flip back and forth. Maybe a team has a different DC. Like this, in this case, you could see Rams defense last year played 50% man. This year they're playing 57% zone. Eagles even, I guess it's the same, but barely over. Panthers from 52% man to 71% zone. Bengals 50%. Vikings playing 81% zone. 67 last year. You know, Brian Flores and that defense like blitzing. So sometimes they just drop back in coverage. Jags, 58% man to 63% zone. So we'll go over this sheet, but it's very important to look at this, and then you could see splits based on players and how they're performing against whatever split you're looking at. So whether it's zone or man. Player alt hit rates, pretty self-explanatory cheat sheet. You could just like filter by who has 80 yards, 90 yards, 100 yards, 110 yards by, last 5 season head-to-head, whatever game you want, whatever category you want, whatever position you want. Good stats to look at here. Puka Nacua has 125 yards in 2 out of his last 5 games. This guy's an absolute dog. You can also filter by the matchup, so Theo Johnson, Zay Flowers, D-Hop, all good matchups for these guys. Good look at team share. We already looked at this one. Defensive matchup. So this is obviously, or not defensive matchup, defensive stats. So any stat for anything you want to look at here. You could look at team or opponent, showing how a team's defense performs or how they perform against their opponent. Passing, you could select, or category, you could select any team you want. But let's get back to the TDs here. Okay, Jets defense, good last season, off to a rough start here. 10 carries to the RB1. Oh, yeah, actually, I really like Bucky Irving. Let me scroll down here. 31 carries, averaging, what is that, like 15 a game. Rashad White's getting some, but I really like Bucky Irving here. He's also running a decent amount of routes. 63%. So he's getting some receptions as well. 10 receptions. He has the second, tied for first most on the team, actually. Let's see, he has a red zone target. Six first read. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stats for a running back to be like the third best receiving option as well as running back on the team. Jets give up a lot of carries to running backs. A lot of rushing yards. White took his tutty last week. He won't do it again, surely. 1 red zone carry to 2. Still gotta like that stat. Last year, I know they were on Rashad White more, but Bucky Irving actually ended with more red zone carries. If I had to guess, I would have guessed the opposite. Mike Evans looks good, but defense is meh. Let's see. I mean, still good. They just give up a lot to the 2, but the Bucs don't really have a 2 since Godwin dislocated his ankle at the end of last season. So, yeah, I think Mike Evans is in a good spot, too. I think this Jets defense has been overhyped. I mean, look at the stats this year. 10 red zone carries to the RB1 through 2 games. That's not great. Why are we not on the football field? Good question. Good question. Yeah, giving up 84.5 yards per game, 2 running backs through 2 weeks, 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving. So 3 touchdowns total on 10 red zone carries, and Bucky's a receiving back. So I really like that for Bucky. I mean, it seems absolutely insane. Bucky, I could see Mike Evans too. Let's see. I mean, Sterling Shepard and Tez Johnson. Oh, Igbuka's been good actually. I think he has. Does he have 3 touchdowns? He's been good. Igbuka actually has the most routes run. Not the highest first read though. So less red zone targets. Less targets than Mike Evans, even though he's the first read, which is interesting. I feel like or wait, no, sorry. He's not the first read, even though he's running more routes. So 3 touchdowns though. I mean, this guy's explosive. I was shocked when they picked a receiver, but man, this guy is living up to expectations so far, so good for them. 6 and 7 targets on 4 receptions each game, so running 9 out of 10 times, running a route on a drop back, so very good stats there. Mike Evans, again, pretty good spot. So many targets. Jets have a good run defense, so most teams want to target the receivers. Actually, I guess not. 48 red zone carries to running backs. To the running back 1, 28 to the running back 2, so whole ton of red zone carries. Yeah, I do, Jesse. I'm looking at both. I flip-flop. Until we're like a month in, there's like enough stats to kind of go off of. I might keep looking at 2024 stats because a lot of it is pretty telling. Not only from, even if players like change places, it's pretty telling just from a coaching standpoint as well. So like, I don't know about you, but I just want the data. I don't really want to go look up who is the defensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator. I just want the stats. So when researching, as long as some players are still there, maybe the coach is still there too, then I'm pretty confident that the stats are going to be pretty similar from year to year. So that's why I go back and forth, make sure they're kind of similar, and then if they are, kind of hop on that opportunity. So, yeah. So yeah, maybe Igbuka, since he's kind of like the 2 right now, with Godwin down. I mean, he is the 2 with Godwin down right now. Sterling Shepard also though. Sterling Shepard and Bucky Irving. I mean, Bucky Irving has 10 catches on 10 targets. I know it's not, he's not getting probably many yards. Let's see. I got 50 last game. 50 and 8, so he got stuffed against Atlanta. Can you explain first read versus an RT? Yeah, so this RTE percent routes, again, if you highlight any of these things, it'll give you a brief description. But this means 87.8% of the time the quarterback drops back and he's looking for a pass, Egbuka's running a route. So he's on the field, he's running a route. So this is a good number. 87 is a very good number. You usually want like 2 of these guys. You know, most teams have a wide receiver 1 and 2. So you want like 2 of these guys to be above 80, and then probably target those guys. And then if you scroll over here, first read percent. So the first read percent shows you how often the quarterback's first read is that player. So when they're in the pocket holding up, their first read, you know, say I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm looking at Mike Evans to see if he's open 38% of the time when I'm standing there in the pocket ready to pass. These are manually inputted stats, so these don't refresh until Wednesday or Thursday of each week, just because people actually have to put in the data. You can't have like a AI. I mean, you probably could, but you know, the tech isn't there yet. So these stats will update every week, like Wednesday or Thursday. But very good stats to look at in terms of both receptions, receiving yards, first read, just all of it, you know. I don't know if I missed it, but what do you think about Tony Pollard rushing yards? I don't really want to bet on anything on the Titans, honestly, but if I had to, let's see. He's averaging 76 yards per game, so I think it's a good idea to help out your young quarterback as well, handle the ball off a few times. Colts gave up, let's see, 68.4. I don't know what his line is. He gave up 68.4 last season, 65 this season, so not really stopping too much on defense. I'd probably... Actually, we can look at the defensive stats here. Interception 16. Jeez. So many stats here, it's actually insane. Yeah, I mean, I would probably take it. I think it's a good matchup for Pollard. Colts also give up a lot to the RB1. So, again, when this is green, there's a key up here. But when this is green, it means a good matchup for that player. And that this defense is ranked in that 1 through 11 spot. Yellow is 11 through 22, and then red is bad. So, averaging only 8 yards per game to an RB2 could mean a variety of things. That's why you kind of want to look at last year. See, they gave up 30, 31 almost. But these are very similar numbers, 68.4, 65.5. But again, Colts are probably going to win, so I don't really know how much I want to bet too heavily on the opposing running back. But stats do look pretty good, so take that as you will. Tyrod Taylor, I forgot he's playing for the Jets. The Bucks should absolutely kill the Jets. Let's make sure the thought process is there. See, they're a team that gives up... See, look at this, though. 14 red zone targets, 2 touchdowns. So you do still have to look at touchdowns. 12 red zone targets, 9 touchdowns to the wide receiver 2. That's just an insane difference from the wide receiver 1 to 2. I don't know what that means, but the stats are there. Just got to be something with the discrepancy of corner, because it's pretty sad. Pretty sad stat. Okay, Garrett Wilson, 98% of routes run. Holy crap. 44% first read. Hard to kind of compare the first read, though, since Justin Fields is out and he, obviously was the quarterback. Something to be careful of when you picture this. I also think the Bucks are heavily favored. Probably a 7-point spread, 6.5 maybe. So something to note there. Garrett Wilson last year, pretty similar. Oh my God. How is he running almost 100% of routes? That is absolutely insane. Rushing, Breece Hall has 29 carries, 68 yards per game. I don't know if Tyrod Taylor's usually a scrambling quarterback. He has 3 carries in... I don't know how much I think he played most of the game last game, so... 3 carries, 21 yards, so he's got some mobility, it seems. 4 red zone carries to Braylon Allen. He's getting more red zone carries than Breece Hall, something to note. He also has a touchdown. Justin Fields has 2, so Breece Hall looking like a rough fantasy pickup so far, but things could change. Only 5 touchdowns last year, 19 red zone carries. Jeez. Take Taylor, 20.5 rushing yards. Is that his line? Tyrod Taylor's line? Don't know if I would take that. I mean, I guess they averaged 21.8, so pretty close, I guess. I also think if he doesn't find Garrett Wilson, he's just gonna hit a check down to Breece Hall, Allen, whoever's there. Garrett Wilson has 17 targets on 11 catches through 2 games. It's insane. 11 first reads compared to everyone, like nothing. I just don't know if I want to trust Tyrod Taylor. If I were to take anyone here, it'd be Garrett Wilson. Here's what we have so far, in case you're curious. Tyler Warren, Iron Manor, Metcalf, Bucky Irving. Once you're in this menu and your favorite guys, by the way, you can click any of these and it'll bring you to that site, so you can just put a bet slip right in. Or you could click here if you want to straight bet it too. Actually, let's look at... Ooh. Raiders defense might go crazy because Jaden Daniels is out. Unfortunately. So, Marcus Mariota will be getting the start. Let's see. 121 yards per game. Not great. I think he actually played a decent amount of games last year, too. No picks. No picks for Marcus Mariota, though. So, no, Jaden Daniels, he was out last year a bit, right? He had that ankle thing. Okay, let's look at the... Let's look at the advanced here. 43 red zone carries. Wow, Commanders give up a lot of red zone carries to the 164 is insane. 22 touchdowns to the RB1. That has to be the most in the league. I think Genty's getting a touchdown. 22 on 20 rushes. 82.9 rushing yards per game. Yikes. He's minus 105. 59.5. I know the Raiders line is bad though. They've looked real bad these first 2 weeks. So I would be high on Genty, but I don't know if I really want to be. Let's see, first read percent is actually Jacoby Meyer, followed by Brock Bowers. He's questionable though. Did he played? Did he play? I think he played last week, right, against the Chargers when they got Gino through like 27 interceptions. He's 4 picks through 2 games. That is rough. That is rough. 77 attempts through 2 games. Averaging almost 40 attempts a game. That is pretty unbelievable. Deebo Samuel's the first read 27% of the time. I don't know if I want to bet on this game, though. If I were to take anything, I think I'd take Genty, but this game's weird. Marcus Mariota versus a Raiders line that's not even good. A lot of weird things happening here in this game. Raiders haven't given up a touchdown to the RB1, though, which is decent. Yeah, I just don't really want to bet on this game. Jaden Daniels 18 carries. Asher Genty 30 carries. I mean, yeah, again, if I were to take anything, it'd be Genty, but be careful on this game. Just weird. Raiders line is so bad. Not sure I want to bet on. This is going to be a good game. Eagles versus Rams. Both pretty good defenses. Rams actually allow the most to the wide receiver 3 in terms of targets. Who's the wide receiver 3? Jahan Dotson. Man, Jahan Dotson, imagine. Jahan Dotson gets a tutty. That seems so random. Routes run per game. Devonta, AJ, Goddard, all above that 84 mark. AJ and Devonta above 90. Exactly what you'd expect from those guys. 9 targets for each. Hurts reads Goddard, Brown, and Smith. Exactly the same amount. Jahan Dotson, 4 targets on 4 receptions. Yeah, John, these are saved, don't worry. You can go back whenever. Let's see, 36.4% of the time for Nakua, 32.7% for Adam. Not really something I want to bet on here. Like the first read percent, 30, 30, 30. That's just rough, man. Also, Goddard's the leading receiver, so in both receptions and yards. So just not. It hasn't been looking good for AJ or Devonta. Devonta actually in the second game it was better, but Eagles just don't have to like throw the ball. They have Saquon. They have Saquon and Jalen Hurts. They just don't have to throw the ball. Makes it hard to know who's going to get a touchdown. $16 red zone targets to the wide receiver 2. 5 to the tight end 1. 5 touchdowns, I mean. I think Devontae, I mean, yeah, he runs the most routes, most targets. Him and Puka, close. Puka's averaging 110 receiving yards per game. That's insane, man. What the heck? How is Puka so good? Like, where did this guy come from? It's absolutely insane. Tutu Atwell, 83.9% first read last year. That's wild. Devontae Adams has 5 red zone targets compared to Puka's 1. Something to note there for sure. Saquon has 1 red zone target and no one else on the team has any, and they're still winning every single game possible. I mean, Devontae Adams just thrives in the red zone. 21 targets compared to Puka's 12. I know he was on different teams last year, but 21 red zone targets? Like, 21 is insane, man. It's 21 targets this year on 10 catches. Puka has 18 receptions. What's his reception line? 6.5. I would take that for sure. They play man coverage. He's actually better versus zone. This is probably where you want to look at. If you have two guys that are close, I mean, yeah, Devontae against the man is pretty much better in every single category. If you filter by 2024, he is also better in every single category. Getting more yards per catch, yards after catch, receptions, all of it. So Devontae is probably the guy you want to take in this one. Carries. A lot of the times running backs, in my opinion, just aren't worth it. Like Kyron, he's minus odds to score a touchdown. Saquon's minus 135. Like, sure, it's probably going to happen, but do I really want to bet on a touchdown for minus odds? Not really. It's like homers. Like, sure, Otani's probably going to hit a homer, but do I want to take it for plus 105? Not really. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. Okay, Panthers are terrible. In case anyone didn't know that. Giving up 88.5 yards per game to a running back. That is pretty insane. 68.5 receiving yards per game to the tight end 1. So, jeez. Bijan's going to have a heyday tomorrow. Oh my god. Let's see, carries. Wow, him and Algier are actually kind of splitting. That's kind of crazy. That's actually crazy. What the heck? Why are they splitting? 60 and 25. They've given up 60 red zone carries to running back ones last season. 60. What is that a game? Like 4? Like, that's insane. What is 60 divided by 17? I need to see this. Yeah, 3.5. They're giving up 3.5 red zone carries to just the running back 1. That's not even including everything else that they've given up. And targets, 18, 17, 12. Like, man, the Panthers are awful. 6-1. See, like, again, Bijan's probably going to score a touchdown, but do I want to take him for minus 217? Not really. Holy crap. 28 carries, 170 yards. Yeah, that's insane. He did that with Algier, too. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Bijan's insane. It's as simple as that. Bijan is absolutely insane. Darnell Mooney is running 95% of routes, apparently. Casey Washington's out. Drake London's running 83.5. Red zone targets. Drake London is 2. Who's first read? Drake London 40% of the time. So, yeah, I mean, Drake London's a good bet for a touchdown. 19 targets, most on the team, most receptions on the team, most second most yards per game on the team. Behind Bijan, so. Don't really want to look at the Panthers, but we can. Jeez, I just don't trust Bryce Young. I'm so glad the Bears traded that pick. We didn't get Bryce Young. Caleb Williams is that guy. Just you wait. Just you guys wait. Tedero McMillan and Xavier Legette and Jatavion Sanders and Hunter Renfrow all kind of splitting. Man, not something I want to bet on at all here. Hubbard getting 26 carries. Falcons just have a good rushing defense, too. Not something I really want to bet on. Are you putting together a parlay or single bets? I'm just giving you guys touchdowns. I'll probably be taking a parlay and straights. I put a parlay in on Prize Picks just because I had a free bet. I could tell you what I took on that. I made that one last night. Let's see. I took Jonathan Taylor, DK Metcalf, Bucky Irving, Devontae Adams, Drake London, and Jamar Chase. $5 on that for like 500 or something. Okay, Bengals. Let's see. Last year, 70 red zone carries. Wow, Vikings defense is crazy. I mean, we all know that, but this might be a running back heavy game, just because both of the starting quarterbacks are injured, and this game's like in Europe, so this is gonna be a weird game. JJ McCarthy and Joe Burrow are out. Joe Burrow's on IR, unfortunately. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that, but in case you don't, there you go. Now you do. Bengals give up a lot to the tight end. Let's see. Hold on. See why I was high on Jamar Chase. It's probably his routes. 96.1, just insane. 42.5 first read, 95.5 yards a game. Unbelievable. 3 red zone targets. I know it's not the same quarterback, but taking that with a grain of salt. Chase Brown, 37 carries. I can see Chase Brown easily getting a tutty too. Vikings last year, though, ranked middle to bad in the pack for running backs. I mean, they gave up not many carries at all in the red zone, so. .3 first read for Justin Jefferson. Again, hard to go off of these stats when the starting quarterback is out. You could look at last year, though. First read for Justin Jefferson was 68%, which is insane. It's just a dog. He a dog. 2.4 receiving yards per route run. So every time he runs a route, he's run 52 routes. Like, that's insane. What's Jamar Chase's? Yeah, 2.6. Insane. It's gonna be a head-to-head. Should have been a good matchup. Maybe it still will be, but yo, what's up, King Shells? Here's what we got so far. I haven't favorited everything, actually. Should probably go back and favorite stuff, just so you guys know what I'm thinking. Garrett Wilson looks pretty decent. I know Tyrod Taylor, but he still looks insane. I probably wouldn't take anything from this game. If I were to take something, it'd be Genty. Rams, this game was the Adams pick. His red zone targets are off the charts. Bijan or Drake London. I like Bijan more, but his odds are terrible. Let's see. This game, okay, and here's where we're at. So, Jamar Chase, his routes run are insane. I also think Chase Brown, maybe. I think, 37 carries. I think they'll rely on him. I know Jake Browning threw, what did he throw, like 45 times last game? So yeah, I think they still trust Jake Browning, but, you know, gotta take some ease off your backup in his first start in a minute. It's kind of where I'm at for that game. Texans, Jags. God, the Texans line is so bad. It's hard to, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. I feel bad for CJ Stroud. Got rid of Laramie Tunsil for what, bro? Like, what? 116.5 receiving yards per game to the wide receiver 1. Wide receiver 1s might pop off in this game. Holy cow. 116 is insane. Nico Collins only averaging 38.5 yards though. First read by a mile. Routes run by a mile. Higgins only is running 37.5 routes. That's insane. Nico Collins is probably a really good pick here. Stroud is throwing a lot. The running back situation is kind of scuffed with Chubb since what's-his-face broke his ankle or whatever. Joe Mixon. Nico Collins has the most red zone targets. I think Nico Collins is a very, very good pick, actually. Might be my favorite one so far. Favorite one out of the 12 we have. Let's see. Houston Texans defense also giving up a lot to the one. Let's make sure this is concurrent with last year. It's not, which is a little concerning, but I mean, giving up 116 per game to the one when Nico Collins is obviously the one running 85% of routes, next being 65.5, 31.3 read. Just insane. Those are insane stats. Insane. Brian Thomas Jr. is the 1, Travis Hunter's the 2. They actually give up a lot to the wide receiver 3 last season, but have given up a lot to the wide receiver 1 at the start of this season. 3 red zone targets. Brian Robinson could be a good bet. Or Brian Thomas. Trevor Lawrence is slinging it. Divisional matchup. I could see it. What's their running back situation? ETN has 107 yards per game on the ground, which is absolutely unbelievable. 8 red zone carries, 0 touchdowns. Andy's plus money. Wow. BTJ or ETN in this game seems like the obvious bet. He does have a touchdown. Oh, it's probably receiving. Yeah, receiving. What about Tank? Tank Bigsby got traded, yeah. To the Eagles. They gave up like a 6th round pick for him. I don't know why they did that. Packers should absolutely obliterate the Browns. Holy, this is going to be a terrible game. Packers are going to win by 700. They should at least. Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy running the same amount of routes. I honestly don't want to bet on the Browns. Jerry Jeudy, Harold Fannin, 20%. 14 targets. That's insane. 12 receptions, 55 receiving yards per game, second most behind Jeudy. It's not really something I want to bet on here. Romeo Doubs, though, since Jaden Reed is out. Matthew Golden, too. Plus 280 for Matthew Golden. That seems like a trap. Why, though? Why is it a trap? Browns have a good corner 1, I guess. Red zone targets go to Dobbs and Kraft usually. I could see if Golden is going to get a touchdown next game, it's going to be a deep pass. It's going to be like a 40, 50-yard pass and run. So I could see that happening. He's not the first read. I mean, 8.8% of the times. So that's why his odds seem like a trap. Romeo Doubs, Tucker Kraft, Dontavian Wicks. Jaden Reed is out, so those first read percent points are going to have to go somewhere else. I thought Tucker Kraft was also banged up too. I guess he's playing. Josh Jacobs has 42 carries, 10 in the red zone, 2 touchdowns already. Next to Jordan Love, who has 6. 6 carries, 3 red zone carries, which is pretty insane. Josh Jacobs is heavily favored. Dylan Sampson, 16 carries. This is such a split backfield, I really don't know what to do there. I don't know what's happening with the Browns, so I don't really want to bet on the Browns. I think Josh Jacobs could be a good bet. Actually, they're stopping. Actually, the Browns just stopped Derrick Henry. I only got 2 points in fantasy from Derrick Henry, so that was extremely rough. So maybe not Josh Jacobs, honestly, but Even last year, only 54. It's bottom in the league, meaning good defense against the RB1. Bad against the RB2, so maybe they, just get caught off guard or whatever that stat could mean. 5 red zone carries to the RB1, only 1 touchdown. So, something to think about. I think if I were to take anyone, be Dobbs or Kraft. But again, you're just not getting much bang for your buck there. Targets, Kraft has more. Kraft has more touchdowns. Guess, does he have 1 in each, or did he get 2? Yeah, he's 1 in each game. Probably take, yeah, I mean, Dobbs or Kraft, I don't know. I don't love either of them, so I'm not going to take. Oops. What just happened? There we go. Okay, wide receiver 2 for the Chargers defense. Giving up a lot. Who's that? Troy Franklin? Yeah. Troy Franklin's pretty close to the first read. 12 catches, 3 red zone targets. Troy Franklin looks like a good pick here. Has he played? Yeah, he has a touchdown against him. He also has 1 already. Plus 280. Wonder why he's so high. Interesting. Probably Quentin Johnson led McConkey. Yeah. Keenan Allen's tied with Quentin Johnson for the most red zone targets. Targets overall go to Keenan Allen. Quentin Johnson has the most than Keenan Allen. I think one of them probably get a touchdown. Harbaugh is letting Herb sling it. I mean, dude looked insane the first 2 games. I think the Chargers are legit. I mean, I know people keep saying that, but holy, he looks good. I can't lie. Packers minus 4.5 and Lamar TD. Lions can't stop running QBs still. I mean, yeah, Caleb ran all over him. Never putting money on Josh Allen to throw to Palmer. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. That was weird. It looked like a good read. All of us were on him. Happens, though. I think Troy Franklin's good. He's also averaging, like, the most receiving yards per game. I think he's a really good pick, actually. Plus 280 as well, so. J.K. Dobbins getting a lot of carries. Probably a 70-30 backfield between him and Harvey. 6 red zone carries. Is Dobbins back? Is this guy nasty? 63 and 70. It's not too bad at all. Oh, waivers Charger. Oh, yeah. Good, he's not on the Chargers. I'm like, what? Chargers rush defense is pretty good, though. Giving up, like, no carries, not a lot of yards. Only 2 touchdowns to the RB1 last year. That tells you something. That is crazy. Revenge game brought Dobbins back. Dropped a nasty tutty versus old team. I don't know, man. I don't know if he will. I don't know, man. Only giving up 2 touchdowns is crazy. Okay, Saints versus Seahawks. I have the Seahawks to win this game. Let's see who's going to get touchdowns. Got to get touchdowns to win more often than not. Wide receiver 1, 2. wide receiver 2, and tight end. Wide receiver 1, running back 1. Interesting. I think JSN could go crazy. He's already going crazy. I'm so glad I got this. I got this guy in fantasy in like the 5th round. I don't know how that even happened. This guy's a dog. He's a dog. Getting so many targets. Holy cow. Most routes run. 51.2 first read percent. That's the highest I've seen. JSN, you, my good sir, are getting a touchdown. That is insane. I'm taking all of it. Receptions, receiving yards, all of it. That is insane. 74? Sure. Whatever. Don't care. Take it all. Like, what? They also don't have Marshawn Lattimore, so this stat last year is kind of chalked. Gotta remember that. Wide receiver 1, 80 yards per game. I mean, that's insane, man. He's averaging. They're averaging. On average, they're giving up JSN's line and more. His line on receiving yards is 74.5. They're giving up 80. He's averaging 113. I mean, can't argue. Can't argue with that, brother. You got 70. Like, what? Like, this guy's insane. This guy's absolutely nasty. Something to note, I will say, when a team's going to blow out another team, probably don't really want to bet too much, but they got to blow them out somehow, right? It's like what I was saying with the Bills, but also, Bills didn't really blow out the Dolphins. It was a closer game than it should have been. Okay, Saints. Do I want to bet on the Saints? Let's see. Probably not. Juwan Johnson's first read has 13 receptions this season. His line's 4.5. Probably going to go over that. I think the Seahawks actually gave up a lot to the tight end, right? Receiving yards. What, am I tripping? Is that... Wait, what? I thought they gave up a lot to the tight end one. Oh, it's the Saints did. Whew, Juwan Johnson getting 20 targets. More than Shaheed is crazy work. Most receiving yards per game. 39.5 is his line, too. Like, what? Oh, no, the Seahawks do give up a lot to the tight ends. 2024 to the tight end 1. Yeah, they give up most. Last year, they gave up 8th most receptions, 6th most targets, 5th most receiving yards after catch. That's pretty nasty work. Only 5 catches. I think he'll get there. $11 targets, 9 targets, 4 receptions. Should be free. I don't know why Kenneth Walker's minus... Oh, Charbonnet's out. Charbonnet's doubtful. I think there's been one player in the NFL in the past, like... Oh, I saw some videos. Like, one player in the past, like, 30 years that's been doubtful has played in the NFL. So anytime you see someone doubtful, just consider that pretty much being out. Sure, there's always that chance they play, but... Just something you guys should know. Kamara's plus 120. I mean, Kamara Teddy for plus 120? I don't know, man. I guess they've given up 0. Giving up a lot to the RB1, though. Wow, Cardinals defense are giving up a lot of red zone targets. And that's this year. Like what? 6-5-3-3? How is their defense so bad? 77 to the 1? Ricky Pearsall. Jawan Jennings is questionable. If Jawan Jennings doesn't play, I'd take Pearsall Tutty. For sure. Kittle's dead. First read. Yeah, I mean, Ricky P looks like a good pick. Wide receiver 1 for the Niners as well. Marvin Harrison. What did he do last time? 63 yards. 36 yards on 7 targets. He only got 2 catches. Come on, MHJ. You're supposed to be better than that, man. Both him and Trey McBride running a ton of routes. Really high number there for a tight end. That is insane. 16 on 12, 11 on 7 for Harrison. Do I trust Kyler Murray? Question of the day. Not really. Marv's only averaging 49 yards per game. CMC has no touchdowns? Yeah, he does. He's receiving. I was like, what? I know he has a touchdown. James Conner, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has 2 red zone carries. He's plus 300 on 14 carries. It's pretty decent odds there. What do they give up to quarterbacks? Rushing 0. Or no, last year they gave up 4. Not terrible. Not amazing, but not terrible. Oh, all right, here's my Bears. Woo! Let's go Bears. Woo! Here we go Bears. Looks like George Pickens is gonna pop off. Oh, jeez, we are awful. No, we are the worst. No, yeah, we're terrible. CeeDee Lamb's gonna get 100 million yards. Yeah, Longshot John, I know. Don't worry. I do it to myself. A Dunze, maybe? Jeez, DJ Moore's Caleb's 3rd read. DJ, get him off the team, bro. That guy is terrible. Literally get him off the team. Like, he's actually terrible. Pissing me off. Rome's gonna get 5 catches, surely. Let's see. Something to know is Deron Bland is out. So, these stats might be better to look at for 2025. Receptions, 10. So, they're going up 10. His line is 4.5, yeah. And they got healthy Dak. Dak is garbage. Dak's trash. Trash can. Trash can. Wow, Caleb's averaging the same amount of yards per game. When's it gonna be time? Diggs questionable. Interesting. Is he knocking up Cardi B again? Saul, I'm a Bears fan. I'm just being hopeful. Not a casual, buddy. Oh, Cowboys Diggs. Stick to baseball, little buddy. You don't know ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, there he is, Kaka. There she is. Pickens for his yards and Rome receptions. I could see it. I also like Rome receiving yards. I mean, he's the one when you think about it on this team. This DJ Moore is not the one. You could just look at the stats. 33% first read to Rome. Yo, what's up, Crude? And we're going to beat you guys this Sunday. Yeah, I don't think so. I know so, unfortunately. Hate the Bears a lot. Yeah, I think Rome's going to go crazy, though. 20 targets? Dang, DJ Moore has less targets than Olamide Zaccheaus, bro. This DJ Moore is terrible. Glad to hear, Crude. Glad to hear. Glad you like it. I think CD and Roma Dunze touchdown. I mean, Rome's plus 135. CD's minus 110. CD yards, Rome catches, like, you know, all of it. Yeah, Crude, it's terrible. Both opening drives, we have touchdowns. Both of them. And then our defense is just so bad. Jalen Johnson's now out for the rest of the season. Kyler Gordon hasn't played a single snap this year, and I think he's not going to play next game. They're like, you know, Jalen Johnson. I mean, you should know Jalen Johnson. He's like the best corner, one of the best corners in the league. I'm not going to say the best and be biased, but I'm pretty sure you could say he is one of the best corners in the league. Kyler Gordon is a very good corner, or nickel corner. So it's just rough missing those guys. TJ Edwards has been out too. Yeah, it's been bad. Yeah, Caleb needs to start aura farming. You can't paint your nails and then lose by like 30. Like, I do not care if this dude paints his nails and throws for 4,000 yards. Paint your damn nails. I don't care. But you can't paint your nails and then lose by 40. Like, that's just not, like what are we doing? Like, focus on football. Stop painting your nails like a girl and throw the football. Like, what are we doing? I don't know, man. I'm still gonna back him. I'm still gonna back him for a while, but it's getting a little ridiculous. I mean, we gotta see some drastic improvement this week, especially against a pretty weak. I'm not gonna say weak defense, but injury riddled, Deron Blandless defense. So. Quinton Christian, yeah. Yeah, our line is a lot better, but that first game was rough. Jonah Jackson had like the lowest PFF rating across the board, so not ideal. Wow, 15 red zone targets to the 2. I don't think I want to bet on the 2. Wan'Dale Robinson, I mean, maybe. Didn't he have actually an insane... Yeah, 98 receiving yards per game? Like, what? Russ popped off last game. Forgot about that. Wide receiver 2. Oh, God. The Chiefs have no wide receivers. So, Hollywood Brown is their one. Travis Kelce, I guess, is really their one. Let's see. Let's actually see who the first read is. No, Hollywood Brown is, then Kelce, then Tyquan Thornton. Like, I mean, I'm not a Mahomes Glazer like Chris Collinsworth, but can we get this man a receiver, please? Please get this man a receiver, man. Blame Kelsey for killing Woods. Yeah, I mean, that's true. No, wasn't it Mahomes? Wait. Was that the one in the end zone? Who did Mahomes kill? Did he kill Rashi? He's going to ask when you do your home run research, you make sure to click the pitcher main 2 throws. Crude, I look at anything above usually like 20%. But if you see a pitcher throw a fastball 50%, just go based off of that first. Thornton, nice pick, Thornton. Is he actually? I don't know. Hollywood Brown looks like the best pick. See who they're giving up to. They are giving up to the 2, and he would technically be the 2. I could see it. I don't think I'm going to take it, but I could see it. 22 favorites. Jesus. Was that the last game? That's the last game. I might stream on Monday, so I'm gonna save these games. Or only this game, I guess. I hated how they did 2 games last Monday. That was stupid. I don't want to stay up till midnight watching the Raiders play the Chargers. Also, they don't have any running backs. Like Pacheco, 23 rushing yards per game. Mahomes has 61 rushing yards per game. He's plus 400 and he has 2 rushing touchdowns. Because his running backs can't do anything. He has no receivers and no running backs. That's just insane. Game was a snooze fest, man. Geno sucks, yeah. That was rough. Okay, let me put in some actual slips with what we found. Yeah, Tara, this video will be saved. All the live streams are saved and put in a playlist called live streams. So if you don't really probably want to watch the ones that have already happened, just because all those events have already happened. But if you want to, you could watch them even to just see how I go over research. But if you have any questions, now's the time to ask. I can just answer right now, so. Don't use Pacheco enough, yeah. I think it could be that lingering injury he had from last year. But yeah, I really don't know either, Crude. Good for Mahomes because they apparently can't hit him. Yeah, true. Yeah, Pacheco's looked rough. I mean, you can see it in his stats. 23.5 rushing yards a game is rough, man. We could go to the... What should we do? Should we look at some... Let's look at some research, I guess. Just the main research tab. Washington's still favored by 7. That's insane. Packers are favored by 5. Seahawks by 6. Baltimore by 3. Really? That seems crazy to me. What the heck? Does that seem crazy to you guys too? That seems crazy to me. Okay, what's the best projection? Oh, JSN's really good. Rome catches. CD Lamb receiving yards. What do you look at for your picks? Previous history against the up team and how they've been doing so far this season? Not really for football, Tara, just because there's not much to go off of head-to-head wise. Like, sure, you could see Noah Fant got 3 catches, but also Noah Fant, last time he played the Vikings was on the Seahawks, so completely different system. When you're researching NFL, you're going to want to go to cheat sheets. If you want to research touchdowns, touchdown cheat sheet. If you want to look at defenses, defensive matchups, cheat sheet. This is the one you really want to look at for receiving yards, rushing yards, passing yards, everything like that. If you want to look at team share, which means like how often a certain guy on the team is getting the ball, go to the team share, all of that. But in terms of head-to-head, it doesn't really matter as much as you would think. I mean, if they're like 7 for 7 in their last 7 games playing whatever team, then that's a decent number to go off of. But usually it's only like one game. Like sometimes they don't even have a head-to-head, just because we're pulling from only last year. So like Dallas Goedert got four receptions on 5 targets and 4 catches last 2 times playing the Rams. So you could go off of it if you want. That's why we give you all the data and you can kind of pick. But I personally don't really look at head-to-head matchup. I do look at game logs. Game logs are super important. So you can see like how previous. Hold on, let me not do kicker. So if you were researching Dallas Goedert and you're like, how did this defense perform against recent tight ends? Boom, here it is. So tight ends versus LA game log. You can see all the touchdowns, the longest catch, receiving yards, receptions, and targets. So really good stats here, but not really head-to-head just because there's not a lot to go off of. So I know I kept rambling, but there's my answer. Apparently the best alt line is Rashad Bateman to get 10 yards. He hit every game last season and both games this season on 4 targets too. So what are the odds on that though? Minus 900, yeah. Got you, Tara. Yeah, I think my favorite one is Odunze or CeeDee Lamb. What I do when I research props is I filter by this matchup stat. I think this is the most important thing to look at. So I don't really like betting kickers, but DeAndre Hopkins, you could see Detroit versus wide receiver, 186 yards per game, giving up the most. Rank 1 means the most, good for this prop. When you see green here, it's good for this prop, not meaning the Detroit. I need to make videos. I finally found an editor, so I'm going to start pumping out videos for you guys. But when you see green here, it does not mean the defense is good. It means the defense is the opposite of good. It means it is good for this prop. So rank 1 means they give up the most per game to wide receivers, 186.5 yards. And D-Hop only needs 17. And he's hit that in both games. So, just something to note, It's important. It's really important. Let's see. Bateman. Odell Beckham Jr. is on the Ravens. Actually, there's no way. There's no way this dude is on the Ravens. That's hilarious. I try to stream a few times a week, Crude. Being in college, it's a little rough, but I try to stream. So, on the weekends, I'd like to stream on Saturday. I stream before the Thursday game and Monday game. That would be ideal, but, turn on noties, and then you don't have to worry about it. Join our Discord. I also post announcements there, as well as our Twitter, so if you want to just stay up to date on that. Little shameless plug. Let's see here. Still new to the website, and for baseball, it can get confusing. Yeah, Crude, for sure. We have... So, I used to do live streams, all the time on baseball when I wasn't at college, when I was just at home, and, I could stream whenever I want. Now, I can't stream in the day because I have class, so I don't really have time to research on stream. But I do have videos about how I picked home run. I assume you're researching home runs if you're researching baseball, just because that's the most fun thing to research. or research or bet on, but I have a video on how I research home runs. I think it's our best video. So, yeah, go there, check it out. Baseball's been horrible lately. I haven't even looked, Tara. I haven't even looked. I don't have time, unfortunately. Okay, let's look at Rome. I want to see, well, that was weird. Okay, so I have these both favorited. On PF rating, his 22.5 is apparently the best. He's averaging 27. I'm going to act like he's the wide receiver 1, although he's technically... man, the wide receiver 2, they give up a ton as well. Actually, maybe... No, I'm going to say wide receiver 2. So, they've given up a receiving touchdown, 11 catches, 12 receiving yards average is insane. Receiving targets, 13. 0 drop passes, which is good. And Jalen Johnson. He's going to be out for the season. Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards. Oh my god, we're so cooked. Most profitable as well. Pace been getting warmer though. Good. I say the most profitable. Make sure you're betting on straights when you're betting NFL, or when you're betting homers. You need to bet straights if you want profits. Need to. DJ. Chase Claypool is not on the Bears, bro. Like, what? He only got 3 touchdowns last year, and he already has 3 this year? Okay, that's insane. That's promising. That's promising, baby. Come on now. Yeah, I like Rome for his catches, honestly. 5 catches. I mean, he's had 6 and 7, 9 targets, 11 targets. Just insane, really. What does the red and green mean, and what does the green mean? What does the red mean, and what does the green mean? Here? What are you asking, Patrick? Cedric Tillman anytime? That's what I had last week. Bears cooked? Yeah, Bears are absolutely cooked. We are absolutely baked. GG's. Okay, I just put in my Russell Wilson free pick with Adunze. Oh, I have that thing on HN, or on CD Lamb already, because HN hit that. $75% profit boost. $100 max. What is this dog bowl qualifier on Underdog? You must apply to the promo. Get in the dog bowl and win 50K. Apply this promo to a touchdown-only entry each week to qualify. If you finish finals with the highest winning multiplier, 50K will be all yours. Round 1 weekly qualifiers. Apply this promo to an entry each week to qualify for the dog bowl. Your entry may only contain rushing plus receiving TD picks. Each week during the first 10 weeks of NFL, the contestant with the highest multiplier of a winning entry will be advanced to round 2. Round 2 starts NFL Week 11 and includes the 10 weekly winners from round 1. Oh, interesting. Okay. Does Propfinder have prize picks? Yeah, we do. So if you go to your settings. Wait, am I zoomed out technically? You can see all the odds here. So you can see 6 out of 22 of these plays can be played on prize picks. If you click here, it'll take you to that. Oh, here we go. So if you hit settings here, and then managed sports books, you could pick which books you want to enable. So we have a ton of them. Bet 105 Sleeper. I should include Sleeper and Underdog because I use those. And boom. Save. Make sure you hit save. It'll refresh and then boom. Got you, bro. How do we know if it's a good bet? Green or red? Green is good. Anytime you're looking. Green is good. Appreciate the sub, NQ. Got you. Any more questions, just feel free to reach out here on Discord, whatever. Let's apply to this Dog Bowl qualifier. Let's see what touchdowns we want to add here. I think Bucky's a good one. Make an absolute degen slip. Bucky. Devontae Adams was a really good one. Let's see. Bijan. 0.75x. I mean. Jackson. Isn't it JOX? Yeah. Jackson Smith. CD. I'm gonna hate seeing it, but maybe it'll make up after this lay hits. And then I'm gonna take Rome too. Let's try to add more. Oh, Nico Collins looked insane, actually. I'm gonna add him. How many can I even add? What the heck? Oh, DK Metcalf. Metcalf. 8 picks. 150x. Surely that hits, right? Surely. Ooh, do I take Troy Franklin too? Oops, hold on. There we go. Interesting that you can do that with the zoom. You can see like everything. That's cool. Might actually be better for NFL. Troy Franklin. Ooh, without Evan Ingram. That's big. That's a big loss for them. Wide receiver 2. Most receiving targets, most receiving receptions, 10th most receiving yards. They're giving up a lot. He got 89 last week against Indy with a touchdown. Looks like a really good bet. I think Jackson, CD, and Rome are my favorite bets. Johnston too. Where is he? Juwan Johnson. What was it? 4.5 catches? Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap up stream. Do you guys have any other questions or anything I can cover quick? Let me know. I gotta go eat. I'm starving. After I eat, I'm gonna record some videos. So if you have any questions, please join our Discord. Let me actually show you guys. If you join our Discord and go to this streaming suggestions channel, type anything here that you want me to cover. I'm going to do a Q&A video. So if you want to ask any questions. I'll do a Q&A video. I'll post your, comment in that, and then just answer your questions. So if I just have to do a Q&A video. There's been a lot of questions recently. So if you have anything that you're like, how does this work? Whatever. Favorite home run play. Not that. But yeah, that would mainly be, that'd be really helpful if you guys can put anything there that you think of. Let's see. Juwan Johnston. 75% boost. About that, I'm in the Discord. What's your Discord username? You're just not verified. You have to go. So once you're in the Discord, go to verify here, and then click this button, and it'll take you through a few steps, and then you could just verify, and then go to rule selection, and then you can select all the chats you want to join. Okay, I think I'm going to put in a 4-leg of JSN, Juwan Johnson, CeeDee Lamb, and Rome Odunze. Yards. Let me go to the cheat sheet quick. I want to go to the team, or not the team share, the defensive matchups. I'll probably research some more and put out something for you guys. In terms of like receiving and catches. Not everything I bet on is touchdowns, and it shouldn't be. So if you're betting only touchdowns, it's not really something you probably want to do. Okay, let's see how he plays against zone coverage. Oops. Very good. So more targets, more receptions, more yards. 2024 was rough for zone, but also, he had DK Metcalf on the team, so 59% first read. Like, that is I don't know if you guys realize how insane that is. 59% of the time, basically 60% of the time, Sam Darnold drops back, he's looking at JSN first. Like, that is insane, bro. First half tutty, JSN. You want a 3-leg. JSN. Nico. How crazy you want to get? Ooh, okay, I got it. JSN, CD, and Nico Collins. That's it. That's it right there. Trust. CD's line is 10.5 targets. Like, what? That is insane, bruh. What's Rome's line on targets? 7.5. Just gonna go over that for sure. I don't know. Look at Rome now. Let's see. Good against zone compared to man. I like looking at 24 stats on this just because there's way more to go off of. So you can see versus man, he only got 219 yards. Versus zone, he got 511. It's important. Very important. I mean, 65 targets compared to 29. Like, that is insane, man. This is unbelievable. Caleb's line is 232. Dax is 249, and he's favored 175 to go over that. His real line's probably like 270. Jeez. Is Dak that good, or are the Bears that bad? We may never know. The Bears are that bad. That's what we know. Okay, I like that. Juwan Johnson, there he is. His first read is higher than Chris Olave, who's the 1. That's just wild, man. Look at his yards. His targets. 15 targets in 2 games. 9 targets and 11 targets. And he only needs 5 catches. I like that, bro. 56% zone. Good stats there. Dak just throws a lot. Yeah, true. I mean, he has, when you have CD and George Pickens too, like, I guess you're going to get a lot of yards. I'm scared to play them, bro. We're going to lose by, like, it's probably going to be something crazy, like the Lions game last week, like 52-12. Like, we're so bad, bro. It sucks. I hate being bad, man. We're always bad. Why can't we just be good for once? Our best year is the double doink. Like, do you know how insanely terrifying, like, terrible that is? Like, traumatizing? Like, bro. We're so bad. Stupid Bears are so stupid. Yeah, Jawan Johnson, I mean, 32.5. What's Chris Olave? I bet Chris Olave, for some reason, has a higher reception line. Yeah, 5.5. I'd rather take Jawan Johnson. I mean, look, 32.5 first read. He has the same amount of targets and more receptions. He has less targets and more receptions. And then they want to build a new stadium next to where I live. Hey, bro. I don't mind moving out of Soldier Field. I know it's kind of cool being on the lakefront there, but if they can build a new stadium and get some more revenue in, get some better players, I'm all for that, bro. I also don't mind the Arlington Heights like move. Let's see. CeeDee Lamb 40% first read versus man. Bears play 53 man. Yeah, I mean, that's unbelievable. CD gonna go crazy, bruh. Against Tyreek stupid Stevenson. This guy's nasty, bro. Come on. How many wait, what? What are his targets? 11 and 13? That's insane. CD and then Rome. No, we already checked out these guys. Alright, I think I'm going to put this in. I'll post all these in the Discord, so if you're not in there, make sure you join. If you want to see my plays. Ladders. Ooh, I can ladder guys too. Come on now. Bijan's a good ladder. Come on now. Did I look at Kyle Pitts? I can. There's another Pittsburgh Steelers. Kyle Pitts is getting 13% first read against zone, which the Panthers run 71% of the time. Wow, Drake London is gonna go crazy. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. Last year was a little rough. This year's been insane though. 48% first read. But I want those stats to be consistent because that's a pretty big drop off. I mean, minus 131% from his man. Yikes. I wouldn't take Kyle Pitts on anything. I don't think. Drake London's first read looks insane though. Taking London for a tutty, yeah. I won't blame you. See any other promos anywhere that are gonna rip me off? Let's see. 35% NFL boost, 35% or 25% boost, 30% college boost, 30% reuse boost. Not really anything good. Stephon Diggs. Isn't he? No, he is playing. 23% first read. What did he do last year? 28% first read. Oh, he's on a new team though. Hold up. 10 targets, 8 receptions, 74 yards, 26 yak. It's not terrible. First read is heavy. Hunter Henry and Boutte are close though. Juwan Johnson over catches 4.5. Tara. Yeah, Diggs doesn't look terrible either. Let's see if there's a massive discrepancy somewhere in zone coverages. I'm just looking at these numbers highlighted in purple, seeing if there's anyone that's like 79%. I mean, this is insane. Who had the most? I mean, first read again, kind of rough. Oh, bless me, thank you. First read kind of rough here, just because Jitty Daniels isn't playing. So kind of hard to get past that. I mean, running that much zone though is crazy. Like, I wish there was more data on Marcus Mariota. We just don't know what he's gonna do. We just have no idea. There's literally no way of knowing. Pretty big discrepancy here, but it played man more last year, so not too much. Eagles, same thing. I mean, the Panthers, 71% is crazy. Like, that's unbelievable, bro. Drake London, 50% of the time. Like, can I argue with that, though? Like, that's insane. Who did they play? Who did they play where he had, like, 1 million receiving yards? No, this year. Minnesota and Tampa. Wait, he didn't have 1 million receiving yards. Oh, versus zone. So all of his yards were like versus zone, basically. Yeah. Literally all of his yards were versus zone. Okay. Any good survivor picks? I don't know what that is, Sarah. Without Daniels, the Commanders don't do much. Yeah. Probably. This is a big discrepancy here. Jamar Chase plays better versus zone. This is also probably a reason I took him for his touchdowns. 33% decrease in touchdowns. 1,302 yards versus zone last year. Unreal. 48% first read. He had 165 receiving yards against Jacksonville. 14 receptions. Oh my god. This guy is insane. Like, that doesn't, like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Jamar Chase, Drake London, ladder. I also want to do streaks. I think I'm going to do a streak of, like, Rome receiving yards, CD. I gotta do these more. Streak. Okay, streak is in. Ladder. I want to do a ladder of like Drake London, maybe. I just think this game might not be close. I think this Bengals one will be closer. When you ladder something, you want it to be close. I'm gonna ladder Jamar Chase. I think CD will just pop off regardless. JSN too. Seattle doesn't have stats out, which is interesting. It's where you pick a team to win straight out, save it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do that on ESPN. So on ESPN, it's called the Eliminator Challenge. I had the Bills on my highest one. Last year, I almost won the pot, the 25K. If I took the Broncos on the last week, I would have won the 25K. Which is just, I was so mad that they won by so much. I had either the Broncos or the Falcons, and I picked the Falcons to kill the Panthers, and they lost. So not only did I lose the Eliminator, but I missed out on 25K. I would have won. Like, oh my god, man. I was pissed. But what you gonna do? Did we go over this Niners game? Like, at all? Where's this Niners game? Oh, yeah, right here. Wow, they both play zone a lot. Let's see here. Oh yeah, but to answer your question, hold up, sorry. I completely forgot to answer. I have the Packers, Seahawks, Chiefs, Bucks, and I had the Bills. But I have a few more that I need to choose. I might double down on some teams. I don't think I want to. I did that last week. I think I want to start trying to save some good teams. The Packers are playing the Browns. I mean, it feels like a weird game. I feel like they're only going to win by a field goal for some reason. I think it'll be dominant, but I think the Browns will stay in that game. I don't know why I feel like that, but probably just hope that they lose because I'm a Bears fan, but, you know. Trey McBride, 41% first read for zone. He has 130 yards for zone, 51 receiving yards. 51 receiving yards, what? Kyler Murray has 16 yards versus man on 10 dropbacks. What? 2 passing touchdowns? Jeez. So he's used to playing zone. Man, McBride goes crazy against zone, too. Yeah, McBride. Where's McBride? Why are his stats not here? That's weird. It's almost like they know. Packers is better save for future. Yeah, probably. Packers are stupid stacked. No, they're not going to lose. I have a crazy moneyline parlay on the Bills, Seahawks, and Packers. 20 units on it. So, surely they don't lose. But, if they lose, I'm a Bears fan, whatever. It's coping. 81% zone. Oh my god, Matt Eberflus, you are a bot. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Rome has 106 yards. DJ Moore has 102 versus zone. When did he get 102 yards? Jeez, I guess all of his yards are on zone. See, versus man, what he has, no, he has 1 yard. Are we for real? See, this is why it's so important to look at this data. Versus zone coverage. 81% of the time they're playing zone. And Rome has 10 targets, 7 receptions. DJ Moore has 10 targets, 7 receptions. Caleb has 326 yards versus zone, so Caleb over in passing yards seems decent. Last year versus zone, he had 2,500, 2,561 divided by, what, 17? But you can't really compare that. It's not computable. Not betting on McBride, he joining Palmer. He sold you for 15,000. Oh my god. I am sorry. That is terrible. That is terrible. Wow, 50-50 from the Lions. That's funny. Baltimore playing zone a lot more. But that has changed, so I don't really want to bet on that. I want to bet. I do want to bet on McBride. I don't know why. Of course, his stats aren't available, but... His receiving line is 6.5. That is insane. Like, what? $16.5. He's hit it both games. I mean... Yeah, look at his increase against zone. 99 targets compared to 33 versus man. 84 receptions. I mean, that's insane. 84 receptions compared to 24. So 12.1 fantasy points, and his line is 12.15. That is wild. Receptions 6 and 6. Jeez. 61 yards. Yeah, I want to ladder him. Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Odunze, and McBride ladder on yards. I think would be a good bet. What are the other ones? Maybe even Drake London. I just don't know if I want to bet on Drake London. What about Bijan? Is that not how you spell Bijan? Bijan. 71% zone though. Like, what? That is wild. That is wild. 104 receiving yards after catch. 97 yards versus zone. 20% first read. 9 targets, 7 receptions. 9 targets, 7 receptions, and this dude has 104 receiving yards on 7 receptions. I know he had that breakout play, but like, jeez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. Kirk Cousins had 5 passing touchdowns last year. Oh, against zone. Okay, so he had 14 last year. Yeah, Morel, for real. For real. Bijan's just nasty, though. Like, it's insane how he just carries. He has such good vision, speed, agility. Like, he's got it all, man. He's absolutely nasty. I also need to research WNBA. I don't know if there's a game tonight or when that is, but WNBA is really good to bet on. Fever versus Aces. It's at, wait, 3 o'clock. Oh, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Fever, Aces, Mercury, Lynx. Can't believe the Fever beat the Dream. Dream were really good. Jacksonville. This is rough. First read. See, look, they all have the same first read percent. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Like, sheesh. Who's good against zone? Harold Fannin. Oh, my. 10 targets, 10 receptions. 3.5 receptions is his line. How many has he got these past games? 5 and 7 on 9 and 5 targets. Sheesh. It's pretty good. He's a rookie, right? Yeah. You can tell by his picture, it's just him in a tie. It's funny. Joe Flacco has 318 passing yards versus zone. And they play zone 72% of the time. They might not want to play zone. He has a high first read, though. What did I have? Odunze, Lamb. I'm just going to take... Wow, McBride's line just went up. I just watched his line go up to 64.5. It was just at 61. Fannin to get 4 catches. Probably does. Even his yards. No touchdowns yet. Anything else you guys want to go over quick? Let's see. Danny Dimes, what has he done? 39 dropbacks, 334 yards versus zone. Jeez. Drake May's terrible versus zone. Dontavian Wicks from the Packers. They all have like the same first read percent. Him, Kraft, and Dobbs. Probably wouldn't want to bet on that. Also, Love isn't as good. Let's see. 771 yards compared to 2,500 versus zone. So he is better versus zone in general. And they're playing 60% man. I probably wouldn't take anything. JSN questionable? What? Why is JSN questionable? I just bet on him like 3 times. Who I like for Rams Eagles? They like their tight ends in this zone scheme a lot. Recently it's been Goddard. Hurts just doesn't have to throw though, so it's like I don't know. I mean, he will this game. I think Goddard like what is it, zone? Yeah, Goddard receptions. I mean, 7 receptions. He's most targets, most receptions on the team. Saquon maybe receptions. What's Goddard's line? Probably 3.5. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably take that 3.5 line. Puka and Devontae. I like Devontae more in this man. It's 50-50 though. I think when they get to the goal line though, I think Adams is going to get a touchdown. I think you could take Puka's yards, but I think Adams will get a touchdown. They know he's going to get 3 touchdowns with 150 yards. Yeah. Possible. Can't believe they don't have Trey McBride. It's terrible. CMC, James Conner, Kyler Murray, Trey Benson, Michael Wilson. It's rough. Thinking Saquon and Devontae in that game. I mean, Saquon's always a pretty good bet. Don't love it just because it hurts in the tush push, but I mean, I'm not going to say don't take Saquon touchdown. I probably wouldn't just because the odds are usually low, but I ain't stopping you. I gotta look back at Trey McBride here. Jeez, his stats are insane. First read, 41%. 10 receptions on 13 targets. 130 yards. Divided by 2. Man, his line is right on the money. His line is literally 64.5. That's insane. His receptions is 6.5, so they're just taking his targets. Jeez, man. They just know. They actually just know. It's insane. $19.5 longest, maybe. His line's 20.5 now for longest. Let's see. 66% zone is pretty convincing. Opponent tight end 1, 2024. They gave up. Not longest. 28 was the longest. Wow. 18 is the longest this year. What's up, Landon? Here's the list, bro. You can kind of pause. I'll just kind of scroll through, but I really like Devontae. I'm trying to think. I really like Nico, JSN, Roma Dunze, CD. I like both of those guys in that game. I like DK. I like Bucky. Those are the top guys for me, probably, if I had to pick a few. Yeah, I do like Trey McBride here, but his line is too high. I like Fannon's line. Let's see, is there any big discrepancies here? Raiders, we just don't know how this one's going to play out. We could take a look, though. Debo seems better, but again, we're just not going to know with Marcus Mariota in there. Don't really want to bet on that game either. I feel like we have to bet something here. Drake London. I feel like we have to bet Drake London. What are his lines here? Let's see. 5.5 catches. I mean, he has 15 targets. He only had 3, but they were up by so much. I also think they'll be up a lot in this game, so I probably don't want to bet. What do you think about this trade? Bijan for JT and Hill? I wouldn't have done that. Some guys I would never trade. I mean, I just traded Derrick Henry, so I can't be talking really, I guess, but man, the Panthers' defense is just so bad. Like, I mean, last time he played, he got 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 187 yards against Carolina. Only 55 yards on 15 targets is unreal. He's got to bring those balls down, man. That is terrible. Drake London, 5.5 catches. I feel like that's his best line. Let's go back to the research tab here. I don't know why JSN's questionable. Yeah, I mean, that is his best line. Just because Carolina gives up so much as well. 46. What's the spread on this game? 1. The Panthers are favored by 1? That cannot be right. The Panthers are favored? There's no way. Yeah, right. Minus 5.5. Atlanta's favored. Let's see. Vikings are actually favored against the Bengals. Very interesting. I guess just better defense. You think the Reds make the playoffs? I have no idea, bro. Probably not. Packers minus 7.5. Jags minus 1.5. Colts minus 4.5. That went up. Eagles minus 3.5. Commanders are favored. Bucks minus 6.5. Chargers minus 2.5. Seahawks minus 7.5. Bears by plus 1.5. Chiefs plus 6.5. Lions minus 5.5. Or no, Ravens minus 5.5? They think the Ravens are that much better than the Lions? What? Bro, what? That is crazy. It's actually crazy. What the heck? Okay, well, 5.5. I mean, that's not a ton. They think it's going to be a game at least. I think I could take Drake London for his 5.5. Start Bowers or Ertz? Bro, I don't know. Bowers has been questionable. Bowers. Ravens. Stupid Raiders line has been so bad. I'm high on Genty, but not the Raiders. Ertz doesn't have like a quarterback, but he plays better in zone. I don't know, man. He's first read 24% of the time, but it's a different quarterback. I would probably just be safe and start Bowers, but yeah, that's a tough start. I don't know. Let's see if there's anything on Prize Picks for a boost of any sort. Ooh, 62% here. That's pretty decent. Oh, Mahomes free square. That's decent. Limited to $5 though, so it doesn't even matter. They don't let me bet, man. Ooh, Quentin Johnston. This guy's apparently nasty. 8 versus zone. How many yards does he have? What? 88% increase? Oh, per route run. I see. Ever since they changed Flex Friday, I switched to Underdog, yeah. Well, Flex Friday still flexes your play. You know that, right? Still flexes your play. Wait, right? Does it not? Wait, hold on. Wait. It's not protected anymore? Bruh. There ain't no way. For real? No way. What? I thought it was. Check out this 7 leg with only $1. Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Naylor. Only a 40% boost. That's terrible. Yeah, I didn't realize that. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. Bro, Underdog gives out 40% boost like nothing. They give me a 75% boost like every day. It's insane. Like, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, dog. I'm going to take Ricky Pearsall with Mahomes free square. Not Ticky. Ricky. Ricky! Why is Ricky Pearsall's line 1.5 touchdowns? They just know he's going to get a touchdown or what? $58.5. Yeah, I'm taking his over on that for sure. Max 5. Alright, bingo. Yeah, that's terrible. I didn't know Prize Picks did that. It's stupid. DJ Moore could actually be the play this week too. %53% on man. That's insane. That's why he's getting so many touchdowns. Crazy work. Alright, boys. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm starving. Appreciate you guys joining. I will catch you in the next one. We'll probably stream on Monday. So, yep. Catch you guys later. Thanks for joining. Like on the way out. Appreciate you for being here. Yeah, make sure to join for the Monday, Thursday ones. I'm going to start releasing videos too, so be ready.